in case of competitive coding, whenever you are dealing with arrays, you need to go with dynamic memory allocation.
Why, sir? But
Sir, for dynamic memory allocation, we use Calloc, no, for array.
Calloc malloc.
ah,
Yes. Calloc.
so why, sir?
Sir, we
Why
can
we
use
should go
malloc,
for
sir.
dynamic?
Yes.
Someone told me that for structure it is used malloc.
For structure, it is used malloc means.
We can only store malloc. We can only dynamically allocate structure using malloc. For
No,
array,
no,
we
no.
have to
You
use
can
malloc.
use malloc. You can use malloc.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Before be believing any particular person, okay, you can have a try of it. Okay. Just try yourself, then believe anyone. Yes, Darshan.
Yes, sir. Why dynamic and not static?
Because for this particular problem, it is visible that you are having only one particular sample input and output. Look at the range of the N, D and everything. Okay. So these will be, I mean, these particular values will be given by the user.
Hmm.
That's why I'm telling you there will be no such fixed sort of thing. Whenever you will be going to allocate the memory statically, you are basically trying to use some fixed type of thing. Okay, so my suggestion is, or which one is basically required, you need to make your program dynamic so that the memory will be allocated at the runtime only. Okay, that's why you need to go for dynamic memory allocation, because here the user has given only 5 players and 5 days. It might happen that you are getting some particular user who is working with 1,000 players and 1,000 days.
No, sir. I will take the input value of n, then I will make a loop for 1 to n.
No, I'm talking about the dynamic memory allocation. That means the array you are creating, that will be created runtime. Okay. So let me give you one particular hint regarding this problem, or how you will be able to get the solution. Okay. So let me just give you that particular hint. That is, I mean, just have a look at the sample input. Okay. So in case of sample input, the first line, you are basically scanning two different integer value from the user. I think all of you are able to do that. Okay. After that, there exists one particular line. In that particular line, you have basically scanned 5 integer values from user, and you need to keep it within one particular array, one dimensional array. Okay. And after that, okay, you will be having two particular options. There exist 5 rows and 3 columns. So you can use, if you want, you can use one particular matrix. Okay, 5 rows and 3 columns in order to store this particular instruction. But remember one thing, whenever we will be having this competitive coding sort of, okay, time complexity is one factor, along with the space complexity is another factor. Okay, so we need to basically go through these particular operations. Okay, there is no need to store these operations. Okay, so instead of, I mean, in order to take the input within one particular matrix, you will be requiring basically two for loops. Okay, so by using one particular for loop, you can easily scan these 1 2 5 2 1 3 and 1 3 2, all these instructions by using only one particular for loop. You can collect all these instructions. Whenever you are collecting the instruction, during that time you are processing, and you are basically finding out the energy level, okay, or the maximum energy level. Whenever you are processing any particular instruction, or whenever you are taking the input of any particular instruction, during that time you are basically, I mean, processing or you are doing the calculation to find out the maximum energy level. Okay, so that will be the approach. Those of you who are basically getting it difficult, the second approach, they can go for the first approach at the initial stage. Okay, then try to shift to the second approach. Okay, so in first approach, if you are going to use any particular matrix, it will increase the it will give you the trouble regarding the time complexity and space complexity from both the from both point of view. Okay, regarding time complexity, for taking one input in the matrix, it will take. You need to write two for loops. Okay, so it will increase the time complexity, and whenever you will be declaring any particular, two-dimensional array, so you are basically playing with, you are basically using the, there will be some problem regarding the space complexity. Okay, so there is no need to store this instruction because we need to get the instruction, we need to process the instruction, or we need to get the operation, we need to process the operation. So that's why the operation will not store. Obviously, the energy level we need to store, otherwise how we'll be able to get the maximum energy level after each operation. Okay. So regarding this particular problem is concerned, the hints that I supposed to give you, I have already given it to you. Okay, now it is your time to have the solution in C language and upload it into the Google form. So here I am basically giving you the link of the Google form. Okay, so my request is to have the solution and upload it in Google form in PDF format only. Okay, so here it is. This is the link. Okay, this is the link, and go and have the solution in C language. The link will be the link will remain active up to 5 p.m. Sorry, up to 4 p.m. Okay, try to upload the solution within that. Okay, so thank you for attending the class. I am closing this particular class. We will be having the next class from 10:30. Okay, so join the class and please have the solution in C language.
স্যার
তাড়াতাড়ি বলো যা বলার।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, বলছি যে ওই যে ফর্মটা আছে ওখানে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা এখন দিয়ে দিলাম, দেওয়ার পর তারপর সলিউশনটা পরে আপলোড করতে পারবো, মানে এডিট অপশনটা থাকবে?
এডিট অপশনটা থাকবে না বোধহয়, একবারে করে নাও দিয়ে করবে।
তাহলে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স এখন লাস্টে পরে দেবো 4টের মধ্যে।
হ্যাঁ, 4টের পরেই দাও, 4টে পর্যন্ত অ্যাক্টিভ। আচ্ছা, 4:30 পর্যন্ত না আমি রেখে দেবো, তার মধ্যে দাও। ঠিক আছে,
ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ।
হুম।